was a soda machine in a very densely populated Frum area. And people would stop by, they'd buy themselves a Coke, and they'd move on. The local kids really liked the soda machine. The problem was they didn't always have money to pay for the soda machine. And one day, one of the kids figured out that if you shake the machine backwards and you shake it forwards and right and left, it creates a certain vacuum. And then if you give it a shove, a soda can comes out. And when that happened, he was ecstatic and he invited the entire neighborhood for free sodas. The next day, the Jewish owner of the soda machine comes back. There's no sodas left, only diet, and there's no money either. He chaps what was happening. He says, you know what, this is not okay. And he fixes the machine that when you shake it, nothing happens. But you know, if there's a will, there's a way. The next day the kids come, shake it this way, shake it that way, no sodas. And one kid who had a particularly skinny long hand, he crouches down, he puts his hand into the soda machine, he puts his hand up, he twists it this way, twists it that way, boom, out with the soda can. The next day the guy comes back, no sodas left, besides the diet, also no money. And now he's upset. Refills the machine and he waits across the street. Sure enough, he sees a kid come, put his hand in and take out a soda. He goes, I'm gonna teach that child a lesson he'll never forget. That night, he shows up with a cuff and a spring. And he fixes a contraption that if you put your hand into there, the handcuff grabs you, it springs shut, and you're stuck. Sure enough, the kid comes, skinny hand up, and all of a sudden, clasp. It gets him, and the kid's hand is stuck. And the kid starts screaming, my hand's stuck, my hand's stuck. And there's pandemonium. Finally, the kid's father comes and they quickly call the number on the machine. My kid's hand is stuck and it's turning red and it's not good. And he goes, how does a hand get stuck in a machine? Well, you were trying to take a soda? No problem. I'll come free you in 2 days. Father says, there has to be a way. What would it take for you to come and free my son? He says, you know what? Over the last period of time, I've lost about $1,000 in people stealing sodas from all my machines. You pay me $1,000, I'll free your child. The father runs to the bank, he gets $1,000. The fellow comes, he gets $1,000. He frees the child. Later that night, the father and the son show up by the Rav. This is a true story. They say, Hazag Ganav, what a thief. He took $1,000 to free my son's hand. What a chutzpah. And the Rav looks at them and says, he's the thief. If you wouldn't have put your hand in there and tried to steal it, it wouldn't have got caught. You know, my friends, we've been doing Vayamayim for a while, and maybe we're about to see something and we don't look a second time, and that's fantastic. But let's call a spade a spade. If you don't put your hand in the machine, it's not going to get caught. If we don't go to the places where we'll have these challenges, and even if everyone's doing it, and maybe that's what all our business partners are doing, and that's what the community is doing, and that's what people are doing on vacation, that's okay. But don't say, oy vey, I'm having such terrible nisyanis, I'm really struggling, I'm caught, I'm stuck. If you don't put your hand in the first place, you don't get caught, you don't get stuck. Let's try to work on the next step of Vayamayim, of being careful not to go to places where we'll find ourselves stuck and have to pay a high price when that happens.